All right. So if you want to make profits investing in stocks, hiring a wealth manager to invest for you is not enough. Why? Okay, so in this talk, I'm going to give you a series of reasons why hiring a wealth manager to invest for you is not enough if you want to make profit investing in stocks. And this talk is important because in my interaction with people, I have seen some people that say something like, oh, you know what, I didn't really understand the stock thing, so I just asked a wealth manager. I just went to a wealth management firm, and I gave them my money, and they're investing for me. You know, it just those people tend to respond in such a way as like problem solved. Well, not exactly. It's not just about giving somebody your money to invest for you. Is your money growing? At what pace is it growing? Is it growing more than inflation? You know, are you just getting something even below mediocre results? You know, those things are the things that will make a difference at the end of the day. Everybody can say they're investing, but who is really making profits? And how much profit are you really making based on how much you're investing, right? So one of the reasons hiring a wealth manager to invest for you when it comes to stock investing is not enough is because once money is involved, you can never really tell the true intentions of people. Now, I'm not talking about legal and illegal things. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about true intentions of people. All right? So there's a difference between someone doing something that's illegal versus that person doing something that is legal but is not necessarily in your best interest. A lot of maybe a lot of stockbrokers and wealth management people sometimes have conflict of interest, right? I'll give you an example. If somebody makes profits because they got you to buy a particular type of stock or a certain company stock, right? So because of that, maybe they make a commission, right? Do you think they're really going to advise you not to buy that stock? Do you get the point? Are they likely to say, oh, don't buy that stock? Because that advice, even if it's good for you, is going to work against them because you not buying means they're not going to get commission, right? Even when it comes to something like, oh, buy and hold, or like you can buy a very good company that is profitable and you just leave it and then your money keep compounding. For some people who make money only when you buy stocks, yes, some of all these platforms that make commission when you buy stocks, they're going to encourage you. They're going to encourage you to trade often, right? Because it is only when you trade that the person is going to make profit, is going to make money. So they want you to trade, even if that trading that particular stock is not going to be in your best interest, right? Because sometimes we say hiring a wealth manager, but I would say even make it more broad. Like some people, they will be like, oh, there's this app. They just tell me the portfolios to buy, and then they tell me what other portfolio to buy. You know, the point is, you can never tell the true intentions of people. And for a lot of people in the money industry, in finance industry, right? Sometimes there's conflict of interest between what they are doing and what will truly benefit their customers. Of course, they are going to do everything possible not to do anything illegal. All right? I'm not saying they are doing something illegal. That's not the point. But there are usually conflict of interest, especially if somebody is helping you buy stock or so. And like, just keep that in mind. Now, I'm not accusing anybody, obviously. I'm not accusing anybody. But for you, I'm making you aware that those conflicts of interest exist and they're not necessarily illegal things. So don't expect that government is going to come after the firm after some time. No, that's not happening. They're not doing anything illegal. All right? So, because you can never tell the true intentions of people, it is important for you to know how stock investing works. Because if you don't know how stock investing works, you won't be able to tell when somebody is telling you to take an action that will not benefit you but will benefit them. All right? So I'll give you an example. Let's say you're using an app. Let's say you're using an app like I don't want to call some names, but let's say you're using an app that encourages you to trade often. Each time you trade, they're making money. But they even sometimes, research has shown that some app, they will change They will change the color of the buttons. And this is a psychological trick. You don't even know. They'll say, oh, this stock is going up. Then, bam, you've just bought. But your buying gave them commission. They've made money. Whether you eventually lose money buying that stock does not really affect their pockets. Do you see? So, because you can never tell the true intention of a platform or the true intention of a person, it is important for you to know for yourself, so that when somebody gives you good advice, you will know. When they tell you to do something that will not benefit you but will benefit them, you will also know, right? Now, another reason why, if you want to make profit investing in stocks, hiring a wealth manager is not enough, is because you will not be able to recognize good advice when it is given to you. So let's say you don't know how to invest in stock, and somebody comes along and say, hey, do ABC. Because you don't know whether this advice is actually superior advice or not, you may just be like, okay, no problem. When I have time, when I have the money, do you get? Meanwhile, that person is telling you something that maybe, for example, is time sensitive. Something like stock. Let's say a very good company is currently selling at a cheap price, right? What you really need to do is to buy, and to buy now. Waiting in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, the price of that stock may have risen so much, right? So the point is that an advice given to you may be time sensitive, but because you don't know how stock investing works, it's very, very easy for you to take your time, and because of that, you miss the opportunity, right? So what am I saying here? You will not be able to recognize good advice when it is given to you if you do not know how to invest in stock by yourself. So sometimes your wealth manager is going to advise you, and you will not take the advice, not knowing that it's good for you. Another reason why, if you want to make profit investing in stocks, just hiring a wealth manager is not enough, is because you could jump from one wealth manager to another. All right? You could jump from one wealth manager to another because of shiny profit return, not knowing that the wealth manager you are with is better than where you are going. Maybe the wealth manager you are with have a strategy that is very sustainable. You can keep making money for years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. But maybe where you are going, maybe you just make money this year, and next year you just lose all your money. Do you get the point? So if you don't know how to invest in stocks by yourself, before you go out say, oh, let me get somebody to help me, if you just think that you just throw in the towel and ask somebody to help you, you may jump from one wealth manager to another. And you know when they say from frying pan to fire, right? You can jump from frying pan to fire. So no matter what you are doing, no matter what you are, the point is this: hiring a wealth manager is not enough. You need to learn how to invest in stocks by yourself, so that even if maybe because you don't have time, you decide to tell somebody else to do it on your behalf, you will be able to oversee what they are doing. All right? So if you want to make profit investing in stocks, hiring a wealth manager is not enough, because of the next reason I'm going to tell you, which is what? You can get duped. Finance industry, right? Just like any other industry in the world, all right? Just like any other industry in the world, has the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? So today you meet good people handling your money legitimately. Tomorrow you meet bad people. Next tomorrow, let's say you meet people who maybe have expertise that is subpar. Then the other time you may just meet fraudulent people who may just swindle your money from you. Do you get the point? So finance, just like any other industry, has the good, the bad, and the ugly. When you learn how to invest in stocks by yourself, you'll be able to tell who is for real and who is not for real. That is why even if you want to hire a wealth manager to help you invest in stocks, it should not prevent you from learning how to invest in stocks by yourself. It should not prevent you from getting knowledge. That's the point. All right? Now, there's another reason why hiring wealth manager is not enough if you want to make profit investing in stocks. Is that you need to know enough about investing so that you can oversee the activities of your wealth manager. So sometimes a wealth manager will just call you. Like, let me give you an example. There are some things now that a wealth manager wants to do, but legally they're expected to get your opinion before they do it with your money. All right, so let's use, for example, your wealth manager calls it, tadam, 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 tadam. Hi, Amy. How are you doing? Yeah, how you doing? There's this talk that just came out, and the company is really going up. They are going to be approving their drugs soon. They are going to do IPO. Their stock is going to rise. All right. So we usually don't invest in new companies, but we think we should invest in this one. What do you say? If you don't know how stock investing works, you will literally not be able to answer that question. You will literally not be able to tell your wealth manager what to do. You will not be able to give true what do you call it now, informed consent. Do you see? So at the end of the day, you're going to be like, well, what do you think? Mark, what do you think? Yeah, I think you should invest in it. Okay, let's do that. You see, you have legally you have given your consent, but did you really have the capacity to give the consent? If something happens tomorrow with that money, let's say the company fails, right? You cannot sue the wealth management firm because they were supposed to get your consent and they got it. Even though you did not know what you were investing in, you did not know what you were giving consent for, you did not know what you were approving. So even if you are going to go out tomorrow and hire a wealth manager, or maybe you're already working with your wealth manager to invest in stocks for you, this should not stop you from going to actually learn how stock investing works. All right, this should not stop you from learning how stock investing works. Okay, so again, I'm saying that I'm not telling you not to use a done for you service when it comes to stock investing. All right, but I am saying that even if you want to use a done for you service when it comes to stock investing, please and please learn how to invest in stocks by yourself for all the many reasons I've listed throughout this video. All right, including you never know the true intentions of people. You can only trust yourself, right? Fully, 100% trust yourself. So that when your wealth manager gives you good advice, you'll be able to recognize it. All right, then so that you don't have to jump from one wealth manager to another, jumping from frying pan to fire, jumping to a wealth manager that just showed you bigger returns, but you don't even know that return the following year you're going to lose all your money. All right, so that you don't get duped by somebody who is saying something that is too good to be true, and you're not able to figure out whether it's a lie or truth, because money is involved, right? And above all, learn how to invest in stocks by yourself, whether you are going to eventually do it by yourself or you're going to get someone else to do it for you. All right, so I invite you to register for a free stock investing webinar. Right, check the description of this video. You can go to www.investonomy.com/stocks. We are going to add that link to this video. You can just check up. All right, check the description of this video. You see it. Go register for free stock investing webinar. Understand how stock investing works. What are the solid methodology that people like Warren Buffett, people like Benjamin Graham, people like Charlie Munger, people like Dr. Linda Padura, what are those solid strategies that they are using to make profit year in, year out? That's what I want you to get a hang of by registering for this free stock investing webinar at www.investonomy.com/stocks. All right. So somebody asked a question, right? As I'm doing this video, the person said, if I invest money in one company stocks, suppose in future if that company closes or have bankruptcy, then what will happen to my money which is invested? Because it's long-term commitment. You will not get your money back. If you invest in a company, right, and that company goes bankrupt, you will not get your money back, because the way it actually works is that as a stockholder of a company, you are considered a part owner of that company. All right, so if the business fails, it's like your business failed. Think about it. If your business failed, are you going to go and ask somebody to pay you back? No. So that is how stock investing works. So again, in stock investing, when you invest in a company, right, a lot of time that company may have what they call senior notes, like they have debts, right? Like so that company may have taken, say, a loan from a bank or something. Those people, those loans will be paid back. If they have something called preferred shares, those people are going to get their money back before the common stockholders will get their money back. Most times in bankruptcy, which means the company ran out of money, you will not be able to get your money back. All right. However, what does this mean? This means that before you invest in a company, you have to be able to rule out that that company is not going to have bankruptcy now or anytime in the nearest future. There is a way to find that out by looking at the company's financial statements. It's one of the things that we rule out, or we teach students to rule out. We teach our students to rule out before you ever invest in a company. So it is not like, it's not supposed to be, oh my God, I've invested in this company. Oh, I pray that the company does not go bankrupt. That's not how it works. Because if you do it that way, sometimes the company will go bankrupt, sometimes it will not, right? No, we don't use the buy and pray strategy. We use, we don't use the buy and pray strategy. Instead, what we do is we use the fundamental analysis approach. So we look at a company financial statement to know if they are at risk of going bankrupt now or in the nearest future. And the answer must be no before you consider investing in that company. This is one of the things you have to check out for. But how can you check for this if you don't know how to even understand the financial statement of a company? And it doesn't have to be that big mathematics, right? Like, for example, one of the things we teach people these days is how to use how to use AI to analyze stocks. All right, that's why I asked you to register for our free stock investing webinar at www.investonomy.com/stocks. The link has been added to the description of this video. All right, so go sign up, learn for free. If you then want to take it to the next level, that's fine. And if you don't want to take it to the next level, that's also fine. But just understand that basics so that you don't suffer and gather your hard-earned money only to throw it away. Investing in stocks, you can make a lot of money. But if you don't know what you are doing, you can lose all your money. You know what they call fortune reversal. Fortune reversal can happen when you are investing in stocks if you don't know what you are doing. All right, so let's see. Okay, so someone is saying how to choose good stocks for more years. All right, like how do you choose stocks that will be good for a large number of years? I can see that you're really interested in learning how to choose stocks that can give you profit for a very long term. They call it like long-term investment mindset, right? And this is exactly what we are into. Our method, we're not into trading stocks, right? Like you buy today, you sell tomorrow, you buy today. That's not what we do. We identify very profitable, well-established, good companies. We buy their stocks and we hold it while the company continues to make profit year in, year out, and we benefit from that profit. All right. So yeah, someone said, I want to take trading from you on stocks, please guide. Yes. Start with our free stock investing webinar, because for us, we want you to gain the knowledge first. All right, so go to www.investonomy.com/stocks. all right, register for the free webinar and then take it up from there. Okay, all right, so if you're watching this live and you have more questions, please drop it. I'll be very happy to answer your questions. Okay, I'll be very happy to answer your questions. All right, so keep this in mind. It is possible to make huge profits from the stock market. All right, I'm not just someone who teach about the stock investing and investing in the stock market. I am also an investor. All right, so, and what we are talking about today is that hiring a wealth manager to invest in stocks for you is not enough if you want to make profit investing in stocks. It is important that you learn how stock investing works. All right, so My name is Dr. Linda Pajuel, and I'm the CEO of Investonomy. What we do is that we teach individuals how to invest in stocks by themselves. We teach individuals how to invest in stocks by themselves so that you will not lose money. All right. And I've invited you to register for our free stock investing webinar right now at www.investonomy.com/stocks. Take good care of yourself till I see you again. All right.